and welcome to Ginger Bits. Today we have a super special guest with us. Her name is Trina, and she is the CEO of Primal Life Organics. It is a paleo skincare company where she has developed over 100 food-based skincare solutions to feed the skin. How cool is that? Her entrepreneurial skills and business savvy mindset are an inspiration to women everywhere. She is a natural skincare expert and a skincare biohacker and is improving the way that we feed our skin. She is a nurse of 25 plus years with a master's in nursing anesthesia. Katrina is an international best-selling author of Beauty's Dirty Secret. She's a skincare and health-related speaker and writer. Her food-based skincare products have been featured on TV stations all over the country, including ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox. She is dedicated to helping women and everybody.
That's okay. Keep rolling.
She is dedicated to helping others realize the dangers in everyday cosmetics and skincare and spreading awareness for the importance of using plant-based nutritional skincare products. So, Trina, thank you and welcome to the show. We're so excited to have you with us today.
Thank you.
Tell us
amazing to be here. Yes.
Yes. Thank you for being here and welcome to the Grass-Fed Gingers podcast.
Awesome.
So tell us how Primal Organics came to be.
So, oh gosh, it's been, I started back in 2000 and let's see, my daughter was born in 8. So 2009 is when I started my company, but it was called something different back then. And then I realized in 2012 that my skincare was what I would call paleo, which would be, food-based, nutritional type of products for your skin. I don't use anything artificial, anything that's going to alter the way that you were made to function. So in 2012, I relaunched my company as Primal Life Organics. It all started, all of it way long ago, started after I suffered a miscarriage, which is a really sad thing, but this beautiful company came out of it. So that's what I'm really proud of. And the reason that I dove deep into this topic or this life is because at the point that I had a miscarriage, I was 40 years old or 39, almost 40. And I considered myself really, really healthy. I had already ditched like artificial food and sugars and things like that. And I had looked into my environment, but not completely. So when I suffered the miscarriage, I felt being healthy that there's got to be things in my environment that I can clean up as well, just to prevent this from happening again in case it had anything to do with toxins. And lo and behold, one morning, I was again pregnant very quickly with my daughter, who's now 10. And I realized that the product, the face moisturizer I was using that was from an organic skincare company that I trusted had ingredients in it that were toxins and cancer-causing ingredients. And I was blown away with the fact that they were allowed to put that stuff in there that could harm me and my baby. So I ditched almost everything immediately and said, if I can't make it myself, I'm not going to use it. And as a woman who loves to look great, I got busy. Hence Primal Life Organics and all the skincare. So
that is such a great story.
It is. You gave me goosebumps with just
too.
ditching everything and wanting to make everything so clean and healthy and not using artificial ingredients. It just makes me so excited to know that that's your passion.
Yeah. And being a registered nurse, my whole mission was to provide ingredients to heal the body, to allow your body to function the way it was meant to, because our body always wants to go back to normal. It's always fighting for a normal type, where whatever's going on, it wants to go back to normal. And we are just messing it up left and right with foods, with the chemicals, with alterations, everything artificial. We're just kind of messing up our own biology. And if you can go back to let your body function the way it's supposed to, it's really efficient and it really looks good and everything is so much better.
Agreed.
I agree. And I love that you call it food and that you're feeding the skin, because we know that a whole food diet is going to help our body function to the best that it can. And we don't always think about what we put on our skin as being food, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So when you
And your
think about
skin's
all
your
those,
and your skin is your largest organ. And this is what I love to blow people's minds with. So your skin's your largest organ. It's the organ that you can see. So it's the reflection. It's really the organ that tells you how all of the insides of your organs look. So if your skin is prematurely aging, you see sunspots or wrinkles or discolorations, or you have conditions like acne, rosacea, things like that, those are signals to you from your inside saying something's not right here. Usually it's a diet related thing. It can also be chemicals or toxins that you're absorbing through your skin. But if your skin doesn't look healthy, it's an indication of what your internal organs look like. So it's very important to pay attention to your skin.
thank you for saying that,
Yeah.
because I think people need to hear that a few times, because I think that we forget that our skin is our largest organ and what we put on it does matter. So thank you for saying that, because I think that's really important.
Sure, no problem.
You know, I have only scratched the surface with Primal Life Organics with your dirty mouth tooth powder, and that stuff is the bomb. Yes, it is amazing. It's amazing. I like using a product that has, look at that.
I have all my
That
props.
I love it. I need a prop.
I am a dental guru. I geek out on dental, and I'll tell you why. This is something that I just recently connected the dots. I don't know if anybody else in the world has ever connected these dots. And I know you ladies are really into health and gut and things like that. Just nutrition feeds your body, restores it. We all know that our gut is the center of our life. Basically, it's your immune system, and it's where you absorb nutrients. If your gut is not healthy with the microbiome, then life is not healthy. Like, there's disease and inflammation everywhere. It creates lots of problems. What I just realized, because I've been doing a lot of studying about the mouth, that supports my dirty mouth tooth powder. But what I really realized recently is that your mouth is the beginning of digestion. We all know that, we forget it, but it's the beginning of digestion. We talk about restoring our biome, our natural biome in our gut. So we take probiotics. Most of the time they're in a little capsule, right?
Yeah.
So the capsule that you take doesn't actually break open until it's in your stomach. So we are missing from here. You can't see my bottom hand where my stomach is, but we're missing our natural biome from here. What I have really realized is that when we brush our teeth with Toxapaste, I call it Toxapaste, commercial brand toothpaste that contains SLS, triclosan, fluoride, all sorts of harsh ingredients. We actually, and mouthwash too, we are destroying our natural biome in our mouth. And when you stop and think about that, it's incredible, because when you salivate, your mouth is constantly making saliva. There's a lot of reasons for that. One of the reasons is to neutralize the acids in your mouth to help prevent tooth decay. Other reasons is to clean your teeth. But the other thing that saliva does, and this is really the key and the importance to your gut, is that when you swallow the saliva, if you have the natural biome in your mouth, which is the bacteria that protects you, you swallow that and it coats everything from your mouth all the way through your stomach. And I believe it feeds the intestines what it needs to contribute to the natural biome in your intestines. When we use harsh ingredients in toothpaste and mouthwash, we destroy that. Because think about it, they're talking about it kills the bacteria that causes bad breath. Well, it also kills the good bacteria that actually, if you let your good bacteria grow, will prevent bad breath anyway.
Yep.
So what we've done in society, in my opinion, is we have destroyed the biome in our mouth, which then causes this much of our intestines to be completely affected. And that's why, even if you've changed your diet, if you have not changed what you're brushing your teeth with, you may never, ever heal your gut the way it could be healed, because you are missing the biome. But when you brush with something that allows your natural biome to be restored, which would be dirty mouth tooth powder, you actually restore, and that all comes back to play. I realized now that since I created dirty mouth tooth powder, all of my gut issues have gone away, which
Oh,
is
wow.
not to mention my teeth are super, super healthy. We can
Yeah.
talk about that too, but
Yeah.
isn't that crazy?
I think that's
Yay!
fascinating, absolutely fascinating. And it's one of the reasons that I'm doing what I do, because we've been duped,
We
as
have.
consumers.
We
So
have.
to get this information out there is incredibly important. So
Abs-
tell us, go ahead,
Go
sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead. No.
I was going to tell us why it's important that we not use a fluoride toothpaste.
So fluoride came about because they felt like, the ADA felt that they were going to improve dental health. Dental health has been declining. And dental health really is an indication, just like your skin, it's the pathway inside your body, and it can lead to inflammation and disease. And all disease starts as inflammation. So if you don't have good oral health, you most likely have other issues going on internally or can develop internal disease. Fluoride came about to help improve our dental health is what the idea behind it was. However, if you look back statistically, dental health is still declining. Even though we've put it in our water, we've put it in food, we put it in toothpaste, we put it in all sorts of things. And we don't realize that it really is a toxin. It's a neurotoxin. It can cause problems. In fact, especially for kids, when you have too much fluoride, which is easy to do,
Yeah.
I'll have to see if I have my statistics here on how much you need and how much everybody actually absorbs. But you can end up with spots on, it's called dental fluorosis, those dark spots on your teeth, and those don't go away. And that's a signal that you're getting too much fluoride. But fluoride is a known neurotoxin, and it causes it can cause toxicity in children and adults.
It's a displacer of iodine as well. So that's why I preach it to my thyroid clients, because they are not doing their thyroid any favor by consuming fluoride or using toothpaste that has fluoride in it. And I will, tell them they need to change their toothpaste.
Yeah. And, part of the problem is our body can't interpret or decipher between fluoride and good minerals like magnesium and calcium.
Yeah.
So when you have fluoride in your body thinks, oh, that's okay. That's a mineral. We're going to replace that. We're going to put the mineral fluoride, because we think it's something else, calcium, into the bone. So it doesn't know the difference between fluoride and calcium. So a lot of fluoride can attack the bones, it can attack the brain, the thyroid, like you said, and the pineal gland. It also increases blood sugar levels and inhibits a lot of body enzymes. So, and there's no need for it. In my study in the teeth, here's the deal. In studying the teeth in the mouth, diet has a lot to do with your dental health. And everything that happens inside your mouth to keep your teeth and your gum tissue healthy. When I talk about saliva, you also need your saliva. So, because that cleans your teeth. In my opinion, we've gotten it all wrong as far as the ADA is concerned, as far as brushing our teeth. We really don't need to brush our teeth. The point of brushing your teeth is not to clean them, because if you are producing enough saliva, you really are washing away. And if you're eating the right foods that have a lot of fiber in them and things, you're actually cleaning your teeth as you're chewing. And then your saliva will neutralize the acids and clean your teeth. And you really should end up with a clean mouth. The problem is we're not doing that. We're destroying the bacteria. And that also, opens up everything for problems, not just with your gum tissue, but with your teeth. So brushing with something that's gentle, but the main reason you should be brushing your teeth. So this is what's really important, because this is going to make you stop and look at what you're brushing your teeth with and decide if this is what you're using is good or not. You should be brushing your teeth to replace the minerals. So if you're not brushing something with a mineral-rich ingredient, like clay is what I use, because clay is perfect. It's the perfect medium or ingredient for your mouth. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But if you're not brushing with something that contains minerals, then you're not really doing your teeth any good long-term, because the mineral loss, let me see, I have my tooth here. I have my tooth. Here's my tooth.
Perfect.
So you have the enamel on the outside of your tooth, and that's really mineral rich. And your enamel has an influx and outflux of minerals every single day. So the problem becomes if if you're losing more minerals than you're replacing, then you're going to end up with a sensitive spot. So if anybody has ever had a sensitive spot to cold or hot foods, you know what that feels like. That is the first signal that you've lost minerals from your enamel. Underneath the enamel, that blue part is your dentin, which has less mineral content, but still has a lot of content of minerals in it. And it also has a fluid-like substance that helps protect you against infection and things like that, to protect you from the pulp, which has your nerve and your blood supply. So what's really important with dental health is to understand you cannot take a supplement to improve the status of your teeth, because there's no connection here from your root to your real dentin and into your enamel. Your minerals have to come from inside your mouth. You either have to eat your minerals or you have to brush with minerals. And if you're eating an organic diet that comes from the soil, the only thing I can tell you is that our soil is so mineral depleted that you may not still be getting enough minerals to replace the minerals you're losing. So if you eat organic and you still suffer from dental issues, then the problem is most likely because the soil is depleted. It's still your best bet to eat organic, always. Yeah. But for your dental health, you need to brush with something that has minerals in it. And that's where the tooth powder comes in. Yes. Sorry, Renee.
Yes. No, it's all good, because that tooth powder is amazing. I did have a sensitive spot, and I started using it, and it actually went away because of the clay and the minerals. So yeah, that's spot on. And it was really exciting to have that disappear.
How long did that take? Because a lot of people say within a couple of days it goes away.
Yeah, I want to say it was probably 2 to 3 days, and the sensitivity was gone.
It's crazy. Like, that's the proof is in the pudding. Like, when that happens, I love that, because people think your teeth are dead, and they're not. They're like they're like bone. They're not bone, but they're like bone. So things go in and out. And really, most people say, they're sensitive to cold, like ice cream. They start brushing with the tooth powder, and literally within 2 days, their sensitivities are gone. And I've had people go back to toothpaste because they didn't really know whether this was working or not. And immediately they've gotten those sensitivities back. That's what's so crazy about it. So
it's like it just strips it all away until you can brush again with the tooth powder, because I had to test it.
Yeah. So here's the thing with toothpaste too, is toothpaste, a lot of times, most of them contain glycerin in it. Glycerin will actually put a coating. So you might have, and sensitive, like the toothpaste for sensitive teeth, they contain products that will actually put a Band-Aid. So right up here, I'm trying to get in front of the camera. I can't tell with lighting. You can see the cavity right there. That's where the mineral loss is. So what happens when you use a toothpaste for sensitive teeth or that has glycerin is that it puts a coating over that spot. So unfortunately, minerals can't get back in. It might prevent more mineral loss from that section, but most likely it's not going to, but it won't allow minerals to go back in. But you cover up that sensitivity. So people think, oh, I'm brushing with Xidine, whatever it would be. And then I don't have sensitive teeth anymore. I'm okay. But I'll tell you, it's a Band-Aid that you're putting on it, because eventually it's going to continue to get worse, and you're going to end up with a cavity that needs a filling, or even worse, a root canal. What the tooth powder will do, clay is very gentle. It has 3 different clays in it. And the clays have the minerals that your teeth need to put the minerals back in. But if you have sensitive teeth, what it's going to do with that Band-Aid is it's going to clean that Band-Aid off. So you might end up with a small sensitive spot for 2 or 3 days until the tooth powder can put the minerals back in. And that's what's really important, is to heal the tooth. And you can I've actually had clients that have needed root canals that have used Dirty Mouth tooth powder and actually gotten the tooth in such good condition that they did not need a root canal after that.
So tell us the ingredients of the tooth powder, and also for people out there who've never used a tooth powder, how do you use a tooth powder? If it's not a paste, we might be like, I have no idea how to do this.
Yeah, so it's really, really easy. So the ingredients include bentonite clay, white kaolin clay, and French green clay. And they all contain those minerals. What I love about the French green clay is that it comes from the sea, so it has phytonutrients. It's got those LJ and the greens. And that's really beneficial, not just for your teeth, but for your gum tissue. Because I'm not just the person who loves teeth. If your gum tissue are not healthy and they're bleeding, that's a sign, that's a place for infection. Your gum tissue has to be just as healthy as your teeth to support them, obviously. And I do make a gum serum specifically for the gums, but the tooth powder itself also is gentle on the gums. So if you think about clay is really good. It's used internally for detox. It's also used on like face masks and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Really gentle. So it's not going to disrupt your pH in your mouth, which is important because it's going to let your natural biome. I started getting emails after I started making the tooth powder and selling it. I started getting emails from people saying, I don't know what to think about this, but I've been using the tooth powder for about 2 months. And all of a sudden I wake up and I don't have bad breath, and I never have bad breath anymore. And I love this, but I don't know why. And I had to stop and reverse engineer this. And what I realized is it's so gentle on your gum tissue in your teeth that your natural bacteria that I had talked about can regrow, and then you don't get that overgrowth of the bad bacteria that causes gingivitis, it causes cavities, and it causes bad breath. So it's really kind of cool that you can actually get rid of your bad breath just by brushing with something that's not going to destroy what is really put in your body to protect it. But it's really easy. So if you can see on the camera, it's a powder. It's truly a powder. This is the 1 ounce size. So this is meant to last one person 3 to 4 months.
Oh, wow.
You don't need a lot. When you brush with toothpaste, if you flip it over and you look at what the active ingredients are, I believe, and I don't have my toothpaste jar bottle here, but the active ingredient is less than 1%. So you have to goop a lot of stuff on.
Yeah.
So in my tooth powder, this is 100% active ingredient. So when I show you how much you need, that makes sense. So all you do is, this is a charcoal toothbrush. You just wet your toothbrush down. I splash off the extra water, and then all you do is, I can't see what I'm doing here, so I'm going to try and, so you dip.
We'll guide you.
Yeah, you kind of dip the tip in, and I want to show you what I do. So then I tap it. And this is about all you need on your toothbrush.
Wow.
That's it.
It's not much.
It's just a dusting. That's it. It's not gobbed on there. And what sticks to the brush, that's all you need. It comes in a bunch of different flavors. My most popular is peppermint and spearmint. Mm-hmm. But I also have a black formula that has charcoal added.
Okay.
I like the black.
Yeah. So the black is really cool. So this is my warning against, I know there's a lot of charcoal brush, like toothpaste out there. Mm-hmm. If anyone that's listening or watching is using a charcoal toothpaste or tooth powder, double check to make sure it's not straight charcoal. And the only reason, not that that's harmful, the only reason is because it's not going to put minerals in your teeth. Mm-hmm. So it will whiten. The reason we put charcoal in there is to whiten. In my black formula, we added it to our 3 clay base so that you're still getting the benefits of remineralizing your teeth while you're whitening them. Clay, by the way, also whitens your teeth very, very well. Clay will help to remove surface stains, but we have the black formula to just improve that even a little bit more for the with the charcoal. So, but if you're just starting, I always recommend to buy the white formula and use the white formula for 30 days first, because it only proves what I've always said is that when you have holes in your teeth, when you've lost minerals, if you brush with the charcoal formula, the charcoal tends to hide in those little holes that you don't know you have, and you can look like you have gray teeth, which is totally not a good look on anybody. So brush for 30 days. That's all you need. You don't even need that long, but I usually say get the mini size is a 30-day supply. Start with a 30-day supply. Make sure you love it, which you will, and then you can switch to the black formula. A lot of people will use the white in the morning and the black formula at night, but if you switch too soon and you have holes in your teeth, you might end up with like a grayish color teeth for a couple. It goes away. It's not going to stay. So I don't want to scare anybody, but.
Well, I'm sold, and I am a person who makes their own toothpaste. I just use a 1-to-1 ratio of coconut with, baking soda. And I'm thinking I'm not getting
You're not getting
enough minerals. So, yeah, I'm on board.
So here's the thing, because a lot of people will use baking soda. And, like I say, you got to stop and think while you're brushing your teeth. Baking soda is great. It's going to clean your teeth, but it's not going to put the minerals in. Same thing with coconut. People do oil pulling, and people ask me, can I still do oil pulling? And I tell them, oh, yeah, oil pulling's great. But let me tell you, if you want to stand there and swish for 20 minutes and then spit, the clay does the same thing. So the clay basically does the same thing as the oil pulling. The clay actually pulls toxins very well. There's a positive, negative charge. It goes back to biology and science. Clay has, I believe, I might get the positive negatives wrong, but clay has a negative charge and toxins have a positive charge. And when they come in proximity, they create this really strong bind, and clay pulls the toxin out of your tissues. So really that's what coconut oil does as well. Coconut oil also will help whiten your teeth. So you can bypass the 20 minutes of swishing. You can still do it if you want, but you don't necessarily have to. When you brush with Dirty Mouth Tooth Powder, you're actually getting all the benefits plus putting the minerals back in your teeth.
I love to give your little minis as gifts.
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody at Christmas got them in their stocking.
Oh, yay.
I know. I think it's just a great.
Pretty sure I missed out on that, Renee.
I have to show you guys. Let me show you guys this really, really quick, because this is one of our newest things that we came out with. Have you seen the LED, Renee?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it on your website. This is the next thing I want to try. I'm really excited about this.
This is so cool. So we're so used to, I don't know if you guys have ever used the peroxide gels or the strips to whiten your teeth. But what I know. And you get those sensitivities. Peroxide's harsh on your gums, harsh on your teeth. It's toxic. And when you swallow it in your saliva, which you always do, it's really harsh on your esophagus as well. So what I created, this is an LED tooth whitening system, and it has the 3 adapters. So this is battery free. There's no charging, no battery, no nothing. You plug it either into a USB, and it has an Android and iPhone adapters as well. It's connected right to the device, so you don't have to worry about losing it. So you plug it into your phone, and it has blue light, and the new ones that are going to come out very quickly are going to have red lights on the end as well. So the blue light helps to decrease the bacteria that causes gingivitis in your mouth, and it also whitens your teeth. But the coolest thing about this is, instead of using, and I don't have my Boost gel here, but instead of using peroxide with this, what I created, and you want to go back to the oil pulling method, I created an oil-based activated charcoal gel that is peroxide free. It has an olive oil base, so it's going to help pull toxins. It has nutrients. It's very gentle on your teeth and your gum tissue. It helps to whiten. It has the activated charcoal that will help pull toxins and whiten. It has a little bit of clay in it, because I figured, you know what, for 20 minutes, you're going to have this in your mouth right there where your enamel is. So I put the clay in there so you can also remineralize. And then it also has essential oils that help whiten and restore your gum tissue. So for 20 minutes, this is my challenge to myself when I'm doing dishes, I put this in my mouth for 20 minutes. I have 20 minutes to get the dishes done. I see if I can beat the clock. So really, I just plug this into my phone, put my phone in my pocket.
I want
this
one.
In my mouth. Yeah,
I do too. I want one.
They are so awesome. So, and the really cool thing is you can use this for 3 to 4. It's really 3 to 4 times a week for about a month, and then once your teeth are as white as you really want them, you just have to maintain it 1 to 2 times a week. It just really depends on how much you drink coffee or tea or wine or whatever. You know how your teeth absorb stains. So, but this works really well. So anyway, I'm so excited about this. This has been really hot.
What else do you have?
Oh my gosh, I have a lot. As far as dental, there's a lot of stuff, like the toothbrush that has the charcoal infused into the bristles. So this is a bamboo brush with the charcoal infused into the bristles, which helps to break down plaque and it helps to whiten your teeth even more. And then deodorant, my natural deodorant. I don't know, Renee, have you tried the deodorant?
I haven't.
Yeah, the natural deodorant, we just reformulated it about 8 months ago, maybe a little longer than that. But I reformulated it because my original formula had baking soda in it. And so many people, So here's the problem with
breakout.
Yes.
Yeah.
It causes a rash. It actually, here's what happens with baking soda. So baking soda, as far as when you're manufacturing it, baking soda is pretty heavy. So when you're pouring it, it's a liquid and you've got it stirred up. So your baking soda is stirred up. But when you pour it, and while it cools, because it takes a little bit of time to cool, the baking soda starts to settle to the bottom. So a lot of people start out and they're like, gosh, this deodorant's working great. It works great. They get to the bottom of their deodorant and they break out in a horrible rash. And that's because there's a higher concentration of baking soda at the bottom than the top. And baking soda is the number one ingredient put in natural deodorants to prevent odor because it kills the bacteria. But the other problem is that it changes the pH.
Yeah.
That change in pH is what causes the rash or burn. So I took it out and we put in we reformulated. It's really cool. So the geeky nurse in me wanted something internal that was going to really help internally. And since almost everyone's low in magnesium, I put magnesium and zinc oxide in it. So
Look at our faces. Just let them like magnesium. Yes.
Magnesium is so awesome. So I'm the geek that loves this stuff. So magnesium helps you internally deodorize more efficiently. So it's anything that you absorb is only going to benefit you. Any magnesium on the outside kills the bacteria that causes odor. So it works two ways. The other way, because there's a lot of magnesium deodorants out there, but the other thing that they're missing, there's another piece under your armpit that causes odor, and that is short fatty acids. And most natural deodorants don't address the short fatty acids. Short fatty acids can cause odor. So zinc oxide is really protective. It's what they put in diaper rashes. It's really protective of the skin. But for bacteria and for odor, it converts the short fatty acids into zinc salt, and zinc salt is odorless. Okay. So it works against the bacteria, and it also works against short fatty acids. And then you stay dry because we got rid of the baking soda, and we use arrowroot, bentonite clay, and if you get the black formula, the charcoal will help also detox a little bit, but it also helps keep you drier feeling as well. So that's the stick up, and we call it the stick up deodorant.
So how do we find your products? Because I want to go as soon as we're done talking.
PrimalLifeOrganics.com. That's how you can find Primal Life Organics. Yeah.
So we're going to put a link in our show notes to that as well, so everybody can find you for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love it.
This has been so educational and so wonderful, and I am so excited that you did this with us and let us all know what we need to be doing different. It's just been the perfect addition. So thank you, Trina.
Anytime you guys want, I can jump on, we can answer questions or whatever. So whenever you guys, this is my favorite thing. I geek out on talking to people about this. So whenever you guys want, we can talk about it.
Yes, that would be awesome. We'd love to have you on again, and we can follow up with skincare. You've got so many products that we didn't even touch on that we would love to be able to touch on. But
absolutely,
I just want to thank you for your passion, and thank you for your time. And it has been such a pleasure having you on our show.
No problem. My pleasure too.
Thank you, Trina.
All right. Thanks, guys.